Rubbish with no value. Who in their right mind would bother carrying this around? Perhaps you need help. Now, we just need to get through these little fellows. Now, you're probably thinking that the game doesn't really look that hard. I mean, not in a cocky, I don't mean that in a cocky, like, oh, I'm so good at video games kind of way, but you must just be looking at these guys like, man, look at these raggedy fools. They can't possibly be any threat. They've got, like, broken weapons. They haven't even got proper armor. No, like, these guys can pretty much, like, two-shot you at this point in the game, and even later on in the game, they can still kill you if you fuck up, you know? It's much more difficult than it might appear outwardly. Also, we want to use this wooden shield, because if you look at this, it has 85% physical reduction, but this has 93%, which we want. Slightly heavier, but we can still roll quickly, because there's, like, varying speeds that you can roll on based on how much your equipment weighs. Right now, we're fast rolling, but you can go all the way up to what the Dark Souls community calls fat rolling, though I like to call it the big sexy. Hopefully, we'll get to show off the big sexy later when we have some more heavy armor. And we're going to use this bonfire here. Now, I have very many woeful memories of this bonfire because up there, you can see that ladder. Later on, you can kick that ladder down, and it's a shortcut back to here. Well, my first playthrough of this game, I never found that shortcut because I didn't realize the ladder could be kicked down. And so whenever I would die up ahead, I would have to basically replay like 30 minutes of the game to get back up to where I was, and it was very sad, very depressing indeed. So, now we have just a couple more things to show off over this way, back down here. Just kill these fellows again. As you can see, the bonfire respawned all the enemies down here. This is why I would always have to kill. I got very acquainted with these fellows. Spear dudes we don't like. They take forever to attack. And you can't just, like, attack through their shield, because then they'll stab you. It's a pain. There we go. Ah, sucker. Okay. Can you drop anything? Can you drop anything? Nope. How rude of you. So we want to go down here. Down this way. And here is another NPC, the Undead Merchant.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Now he's pretty close to being hollow, properly mad. So he's a merchant, sells some things. I think we do actually need the residence key, even though we have the master key to open something later on. So I'll buy it, it's 1,000 souls, it's whatever. And he sells some weapons, some shields. We don't want anything he has here, but, you know, he sells all these things, chain armor if you're so inclined. And
Thank you kindly.
the NPCs actually have different dialogue if you don't buy anything from them.
Plenty of soul.
Because if we just talk to him and leave...
What a waste of time. Go and fall off a cliff.
How rude! I just bought something from you mere seconds ago. You rude man. Also, if you feel like killing him, you can, and he actually drops a pretty good sword. He drops a katana, one of only about 4 in the entire game, actually. And it's a pretty good weapon for this part of the game. Scales very well off Dex, if I believe. And he doesn't actually have any kind of storyline. He never moves from this spot, so if you want a katana, easily, you know, pretty good place to go. Now we can... Oh god. Oh dear. So we're just gonna cut through these guys. They're not too threatening. There are a few points in the game where these fellows try to swarm you, and when there's like 50 of them bearing down on you, then it starts to get a little bit more threatening. Try rolling. Oh, okay. I know what that means. If you look at that ledge there, like I can't do it. But if you feel so inclined, you can roll onto that ledge there, and then from that ledge you can roll off over there. And if you know about like the bosses in Dark Souls, the rolling off of the ledge from there will put you right in front of the Capra Demon. So you can like sequence break a huge section of the game by doing that. You're not supposed to, I don't think, because it doesn't. The ledge, it's a very like careful jump to make because I don't think it was meant to be a ledge. I'm pretty sure it's not intended that you can do that. So there's some nasty fellows over there throwing things at us. Now this is where backstabbing is quite useful, but it's a bit finicky because you've got to be in a very specific spot to actually backstab people. And the timing of it's a little bit weird as well. You have to sort of learn. And I haven't played Dark Souls in quite a while. I've played a lot of Bloodborne lately, but not a whole lot of Dark Souls, so I'm a bit rusty, forgive me. Now we're going to come in here, and we're going to invade this man's home. Hello, sir. He's dead now. And there's another man in here. Oh! And now he's dead as well. It's tragic. No one wants to drop anything today. How rude of them. Oh, if you ever come up to a chest like this, always give it a whack first, because there are mimics in this game. And if you try and open it, and it's a mimic, well, it grabs you with its big long arms, pulls you in, and starts biting on your head, and, well, it does a lot of damage. You'll probably die. Not at all recommended. Not at all. Be wary of enemy. Need kicking. Why would we need kicking? I don't know. So if possible, we want to try and maybe pull these guys one at a time. Because one of them likes to throw fire bombs, which is very rude. And that will go. These two. That was the one that throws fire bombs. Peculiarly, the one that has a ranged attack came forward to fight us by himself. And now they're all dead. Drop anything? Nope, of course not. Typical. Oh, also our humanity just went up because you can use humanity, the item, to gain humanity, but also just by like killing enemies in areas, eventually you'll also just sort of passively gain humanity as well. It's a bit nebulous. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I think it's something like every enemy has like a value, and then once you reach a certain value from killing them, you gain a humanity. Also, this is something the Master Key will unlock. Also the Residence Key, because we bought that as well. The Master Key unlocks things that key doesn't unlock, though, so it's quite useful. And this has Gold Pine Resin. Now, what Gold Pine Resin does is applies lightning to the weapon you have in your right hand, and makes it do more damage, basically. That's quite an important room if you were one of the people mad enough to speedrun this game, because the 3 pine resin you pick up have like very specific uses for speedruns. Hello. You came up far. We're just going to spin around this man until he's dizzy and can't keep up. And now he's dead. Did you drop anything? No. We're hoping one of these guys drops their shield, by the way, because they can drop their shield, and it's like one of the best ones you can get for this point in the game. Oh-ho! Aha! Oh. Also, yeah, you can do a light attack, which is this, or a heavy attack, and every weapon has a different one. You can also do, like, a lunge, you can do, this. Every weapon has, like, some different little things you can do. Also, there's a nasty man down here we're going to try and get a peek at, if possible. Oh, can you see him up ahead there? So, that Sauron-looking guy is a Black Knight. We don't want anything to do with him, because he'll absolutely tear us apart. Also, another trap that you'll probably die to your first time through. Yep. And you see Sauron down there is a Black Knight. He doesn't respawn. And there's a few of him in the game, and they all have a chance to drop their weapon. And they're some of the best weapons you can get in the game, but very rare drop. There's a man down here. And we're not going to fight him, but we're going to have a gander, because we'll be back to fight him later, because he has a ring we very much want, but we're going to have a poke in and have a look at him. He's one more floor down. His name is Havel. Havel the Rock, and you might see why in a second. Oh, look at him. Look at that big beefy man. We don't want anything to do with him at all, because he can absolutely wreck you. He can, like, one-shot you basically at any point in the game, really, because he's got that big old, like, dragon dildo of a weapon. In fact, can I not close this door? I don't think he comes up. I'm pretty sure he leashes back. If he follows me in, I'm gonna be... Oh, dear. Well, oh, God. Well, I guess we're fighting Havel now. I could have sworn he leashed up here. Come on, go back down. There we go. Okay, alright. That was scary. I thought we were going to be stuck fighting Havel, and that was going to be very unfortunate because, like, level 1 is not a good time to be fighting Havel. Now, there's something in these barrels we want as well. Oh, it's this fellow. Ah, damn. He didn't drop down. No, no, don't you disappear. Oh god, Havel! Havel, no. Havel, no. Please. Don't do this. Don't do this, Havel. Please. Oh, roll away. Roll. Okay. Oh, I want it. Oh, it's gone. Never mind. We're not getting it. The reason we were trying to kill that is because it drops materials we can use to upgrade our equipment. So, Havel did leash, but he decided he wanted to fight us still. Oh god. Havel, no. Havel, please. Havel, no. Havel, don't do it. Don't do it, Havel. Havel, no. Okay. Oh god. Havel, no! Please! Oh god. I've made a terrible mistake. Okay. 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 That's Jesus Christ. Oh. Hey, guy. You just relaxing, having a good time, sitting there raving? Good man. Good man. You sit there and have a party with your friend. Alright, Havel. That was not nice. I'm terrified he's like hiding around the corner now and waiting to beam me. We're just gonna make a break for the boss, because he can't follow us through the fog gate, even if he is here. Oh, tragic we didn't get the lizard. Alright, so this is the first, like, actual boss in the game's arena. And it's the Taurus Demon, but we don't go up and fight the Taurus Demon, because first we have to kill these two assholes up here, who are camping and waiting to use the Taurus Demon as the Taurus Demon as a distraction. They're dead now. We're gonna heal up to full before we do this, though, because just in case, you never know. We'll slide down the ladder. So what we want to do is we want to walk around the side here and aggro the Taurus Demon, which should happen now. There he is. And then we're going to run away. We're going to turn tail and bravely flee. And we're going to climb back up the ladder. Hopefully we're not going to get clobbered on the ladder, because that would be quite tragic. And we're going to jump down on him from up here. He can actually come up here, by the way. If you spend too long to come back down, he'll just jump up and start fighting you. Gets bored easily. So, the Taurus Demon is a bit of a pain, because his arena, for whatever reason, is incredibly small, and as you can see, the camera is really not very helpful. And what we're trying to do is, like, just roll through all his attacks, because counter to what you might believe, the safest place to fight the Taurus Demon is right under his feet. And that's, like, usually the case for Dark Souls bosses as well, and Bloodborne bosses. It's like the more aggressive you are, the safer you are. I know, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? However, he is sort of just like stepping on us incidentally while we're fighting him. Like, we haven't been hit by any of his actual attacks, he's just sort of stepping on us. Oh, we did get hit by that one, though. Ugh. I want to heal again if at all possible, because one more hit will kill us. Okay. He's not that bad, I'm just sort of stuffing it quite badly here. You can block his attacks, amazingly, because he actually doesn't do that. Basically, the way blocking works is if you run out of stamina, it goes through your block and just flattens you. But if you've got enough stamina, you can block whatever you like, pretty much, with, like, a few exceptions. Magic generally doesn't work very well with blocking. And we're just gonna roll away from him, because that attack doesn't go very far. This is quite a terrible show. I apologize for my badness. Oh, you're, like, stuck in his crotch. That's not where you want to be. Also, if you finagle it, you can make the Taurus Demon fall off of this arena. I've never done it myself, but you can I've seen it be finagled before by some people. Ah. Come on. Now, a general rule with Dark Souls bosses as well is that if you summon in someone to help you, they become an absolute joke. Or you can just have pyromancy and then they become a joke again, but for different reasons. And there we go. So, I've fought him really badly, but he's not so bad. He's like the first real boss of the game. Because, let's be honest, the Asylum Demon doesn't count. He really doesn't. So now, moving on, he also drops his Great Axe and quite a few souls as well, which we will be using soon. And we're going to come down here and we're going to meet one of our favorite NPCs. One of the favorites of the community this year is Solaire, Sunbro. And we're going to have a chat with him.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
But we're going to talk to him again.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
For you, Solaire, many moments.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Absolutely.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
This is what we would use to put our summon sign down in the world, and then someone else would be able to touch our summon sign and summon us in to help them fight the boss.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Basically, his summon sign will be gold instead of the usual white, and you can actually join his covenant later, and it will do the same to yours. But he has one more thing to say.
Hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Now, Sunbro, his lore story is that he came here to find his son, but he's like looking at the sun, so it seems like it wasn't such a hard task. And that's not a pun. He actually came here to find a literal sun, his own sun, as in the sky. Also, we're probably gonna get flamed here. I'm gonna try to not get flamed. Oh, don't flame me, bro. Haha, great success. Back in the day, the dragon used to be able to one-shot you with that. They've toned it down since then. Now, hopefully, we're not gonna get absolutely thrashed by the dragon on the way over. And we're gonna go down here. And down here is that shortcut I was talking about earlier. You kick this ladder down, bam, there's the bonfire. And you can farm up quite a lot of souls here very easily. I'll show you how. Basically, you come down here, and you rest at the bonfire. And then, you might be able to see where this was going if you were paying attention to what the dragon did a second ago. The Drake. My bad, the Drake. Everyone will point out that it's a Drake. So then, once you've rested at the bonfire, you come up here, come up the stairs, and then the dragon's like, ah, and it breathes the fire, and then it kills everything on the bridge. And you get a lot of souls. You can get farm up some souls very quickly, very easily. Now, however, we do want the dragon to come down, the Drake to come down, because we want to get behind him. Also, you can cut off the dragon's tail, the Drake's tail, and you'll get the Drake sword, which is a very beefy weapon for this point in the game indeed. But the only thing is, it's very powerful, but it doesn't scale off of anything, so eventually it just becomes completely useless. Now, we want to get behind him. He can one-shot us here, if he's feeling particularly like a dick. Now, we want to very quickly, rest at the bonfire. And he's going to bugger off. There he goes. He'll be back later, though. And now, the reason we did this is we want some of these things on the bridge. But first, we have to kill these dudes, of course. Oi! Oi! Don't run away. Very cheeky of you. Good him running away as well. We're gonna just ignore the spear dude, because spear dudes are weird. They just, ow! They just don't attack, like, ever. Ow! If I can get the lock on to agree with me here. Alright. Stab you in the butt. Now, these enemies are a bit stronger, as you might have noticed, because we aren't killing them quite as easily. That's gonna be rectified in a moment, though, because we're gonna pick up a weapon here, and we're also gonna level up afterwards as well. But first, we need to get these dicks out of the way. Oh! Oh. Well, that could have backfired on me. So we got this, but that's not what we want. What we want is this. There we go, the Claymore. Claymore is like Zweihander, but... They're not coming from me, okay. Is like Zweihander, but basically not electrified. But we don't have the stats. We need 16 strength. I wanted to check first before I did any leveling up, because I can never quite remember the amount of stats you need. So we're going to level up to 16. We're also going to increase vitality and endurance a little bit. I'll explain these also, by the way, while we're here. Vitality increases your health. Attunement affects the number of spells you can have equipped at any time, but we don't have any spells right now, so that doesn't matter to us right now. Endurance increases your stamina and how much equipment you can carry. Strength is, strength makes you hit harder with strength weapons. Dex, same thing, different style. Things like daggers you'll do more damage with. Resistance, absolute waste of time, don't bother. Intelligence affects your strength, the strength of your spells, rather. Like sorcery and such. And faith affects miracles. But we are faithless scum, and miracles are not very good, so we will never have any faith, basically. So now we are going to equip the Claymore, haha! And now we have a much, much beefier weapon. And also, on the topic of scaling, I was talking about a second ago, if you look in like the bottom left, you'll see the param bonus, and it's like C and C. That's how much this weapon how well this weapon scales off of our stats. And the Drake Sword, while very powerful base, doesn't scale at all. But like the Claymore, I can pick it up now, and I can basically, if I wanted to, use it for the entire game, because it scales off of things. So now we also get to come this way because we went past the Drake. We eluded another route, but we'll go down there in a second because we want to show everything off, of course, to the lovely people. First, we need to kill this guy. There's another Sauron around here as well, which I'll point out to you where he is. He is up this staircase. At the top of the staircase is it puts you at the top of the turret, and he's up there. And he will wreck us again, so we don't want anything to do with that. So, I'm not a big fan of this route because these rats, like, almost 100% of the time poison me. As you can see, I just got poisoned, in fact. But it's alright, because we're working our way back to the bonfire we were just at. We just came a different way, so... We're just gonna drink through... Oh, he got humanity. So we're just gonna walk our way back around. And once we rest at the bonfire, it'll cure the poison. So this is quite hazardous. Oh, hello there. Hey, hey. Be a shame if someone pushed you off, wouldn't it? Like a bit like that. Oh no. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry for you. And there's another dude around here, just hanging out under the bridge, as you do. And we stab him. Now we're doing a lot more damage because the Claymore is way better than the Scimitar. And this over here brings us back around to here. Haha, we're back. And we're going to rest at the bonfire again because we're poisoned, and we don't want to be poisoned if at all possible. And now we are going to carry on our merry way. So, I'm going to go try and... no, I should not try and go back across the top of the bridge because the Drake... I'm not sure how exactly the Drake comes back. I'm not sure if it's resting at a bonfire or, like... Some things are, like, rest at a bonfire. Some things are turn the game off and on or leave the area and come back. I'm not gonna risk it because the Drake might decide he wants to one-shot me, and that would be pretty rude. Hey, do you want to fall off again? Do you want to maybe fall again? No? No, you've learned. This guy's learned. Oh, he's way better now. He's stronger, better, harder, faster, stronger. I said stronger twice. Oh, don't poison me again. That'd be just sad, honestly. Haha! And I got you as well, even though that didn't look like it rightly should have done. Oh, there we go. Didn't get poisoned that time. Ah, more humanity. Good, good. It's pretty rare for them to actually drop humanity, I found, so we're doing well with the rats so far.